what's up, hello? My name is Emma, and today I am starting my reading vlog for Supernova by Marissa Meyer. Right now, it is actually November 4th, which is the day before Supernova comes out, but Fierce Reads was super kind enough to send me a copy before release, and I'm so excited to start it today. What else is really exciting about today and this reading vlog is we're kicking it off with a Marissa Meyer signing. Today, I'm going into Jersey City for the Love and Anarchy tour to see Marissa Meyer for the release of Supernova, and I just could not be more pumped. I'm going into New York City a little bit early today so I can spend the day reading and doing a little bit of exploring, so I think it's gonna be a great video. Honestly, I'm running a little late for my train, so I'm gonna head out and we'll finish the whole introduction to this vlog in a bit. Please excuse my squinting. I forgot my sunglasses and water, so we're not off to a good start today. So yeah, Supernova signing today. I am completely elated. I actually took off both work and school today because I just haven't been to a book signing in so long, and I used to go to them like once a month in 2016, so like being in grad school has really been a shift in that for me. I have so much Renegades content on my channel, obviously because it is one of my absolute favorite series, so if you're looking for more, I will link all of that below. Everything from spoiler-free reading vlogs to spoiler-filled in-depth reviews and even an interview with Marissa Meyer. If you are new here though, this will be a spoiler-free reading vlog, and I will eventually do a spoiler-filled review of the book. I'm rocking like a little Renegade Supernova inspired look today with all the red and blue, and I'm living for it. So yeah, so much excitement about today, but especially the fact that I'm literally about to start reading Supernova, which is one of my most anticipated of the year. Just cannot wait. So I just stopped for lunch and I have been doing a ton of Supernova reading this morning. I'm already like 50 pages in. I think I might be on chapter 5, and I'm very pleased because I have like not read this much in like a single day in such a long time. This story is great so far. There's been a lot of nice like low-key refreshers as to what happened in Renegades and Arch Enemies. So I'm feeling like very connected with the story, which is a great thing because I feel so often when I like dive back into a series for the first time and what's probably a year now, it can be really confusing, but like everything is lining up perfectly. Oh, also, if you see this mark on my face, it's because I burned myself with my curling iron last week. So far, Supernova has like a very strong beginning. What I love about this series is that like each book picks up pretty much immediately after the last one. There's not like a big time gap we have to fill. I'm also realizing like how screwed we are when Nova's identity is revealed. I'm just thinking about all the lies and the things that Nova has done that has hurt people, and I'm just like, how are they ever going to forgive her? Like, I do not foresee a happy ending right now. It's also got some good chuckles so far. Like, there was one line where I think it was Leroy is saying like, we only have until Nova's identity is revealed, which judging by the look of abject terror on her face could be in the next 5 minutes, and I'm just like, it's so true. I'm enjoying it so much. I like haven't felt this passionate about a book in a while, so I'm excited to keep reading. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to the Strand because I'm in the lovely Union Square Park right now. I'd really like to buy a book today. I haven't bought like a book in a bookstore in quite a minute, so we're going to do some exploring and maybe pop a squat and read some more. So I have been having a really chill day of book shopping and reading Supernova. Let me show you the books I bought first because I got two. First, I picked up my Lesbian Experience with Loneliness, which is a graphic novel that I've been wanting to pick up for years. It was first recommended to me by my supervisor when I was an intern for the National Eating Disorders Association It's a book that deals, of course, with eating disorders and sexuality, and it's always been on my radar, but it wasn't until I read Heartstopper this past month that I was like, like maybe I should pick up some more graphic novels. So this is definitely one I plan on getting to soon. And then I bought a bit of an unexpected choice for myself, which is Astro Poet, Your Guide to the Zodiac, which is by Alex Dimitrov and Dorothy Lasky. I read my horoscope on the daily, like shout out co-star, but I really want to learn more about astrology in general. And I follow Astro Poets on Twitter. They have like a really big like astrology, funny meme type astrology account. So I feel like this book is going to be like a very tangible read, something that will teach me a lot but be easy to understand. So I'm very, very excited to read it. And then I've made some progress on Supernova. I'm currently on page like 98. Y'all understand that I have not read like 100 pages in one day in so many months. So much is happening. Oh my goodness. Like I can always count on Marissa Meyer for a super fun, fast-paced plot. I have a lot of theories about how Nova's identity is going to be revealed. I now have a theory about who Adrian's real father might be because someone left this like brilliant theory on one of my Renegades videos. So I'm like very interested to see if that's going to come true. Like I really hope this great feeling I have about Supernova persists through the end, because where we are now, I feel like we're sort of integrating everything that I want to happen within this book. So I will be super disappointed if the ending just isn't as good. So yeah, I'm feeling good about it, and I'm super excited to see Marissa talk about it more tonight. I'm actually about to head down to Michael's office downtown so that we can take the path over to Jersey City. So I'll probably update you next when I'm with him.
superpowered child. Now she's Gatlin Academy's most promising student, one who believes in the school's mission. But her beliefs are shaken when she learns that she has a younger sister, one that could make her a target for villains and heroes alike. Number 2, Jake Morales is an artist and comic sensation who has big plans to reveal the truth of his talent to the girl he's loved since childhood. But when his declaration goes tragically awry, Jake finds himself spiraling into depression and madness and falling prey to those who would use his abilities for much less romantic means.
Okay, so it has been quite a while since the event. Like, Michael's already asleep, I'm winding down for bed, and I do plan on telling you guys like all my thoughts on the event, which was really cool, when I can like properly sit down and talk tomorrow. But like, I've only read 4 more pages since the last time I updated you guys, and just like the biggest thing happened that I thought was going to be like the climax at the end of the story, but we're literally only 104 pages in, so I haven't read any more since like this massive reveal that like I knew was coming, but like it came much sooner than expected. But I have all of this left to go through now that like these characters know this, and I'm so excited to continue. I'm definitely going to be reading at least like 1 more chapter, if not 2, before I go to bed tonight, because I'm on a roll and I don't want to stop reading. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the Supernova event, which was super fun. Something I loved that they had at the event hall is there was just this table that was set up with so much fan art from the Renegade series, and I thought it was extremely cool. I didn't even know this happened, but apparently there is like a Renegades fan art competition, and they actually flew out the winner to like come and see Marissa Meyer for the event. But like there was just so much amazing artwork, and I feel like Renegades like just does not get enough hype in the YA world. So like I really loved seeing all of these different interpretations of these characters. I really liked listening to Marissa Meyer speak because most times when I go to a book signing, it's like a Q&A with the author and they're like talking about their process writing or this specific book. But instead, Marissa Meyer really took the time to sort of give us like a history of how Renegades came to be the series that it is today. Like I had always known that Renegades started off as like a standalone and then it became a duology and then it became a trilogy in the end. But there's so much before that I had no idea it even existed. She shared like old synopses and character profiles and even some like deleted scenes. The story actually started out as like a school for superheroes and a rival school for villains, and it was like all about the school dynamics, which I thought was so interesting. It was also really cool to see like what has persisted through the many drafts that she shared with us. She told us at least like 6 different variations of what the story was. And it's so funny seeing things like Thunderbird like be existent through all of them, and when like Nova and Adrian's powers were first originated and when their characters first came to be. It was like a really unique book event and I'm super happy I went. And I also got to chat with some of you guys who came to the event, which is always like one of the highlights of going to book events for me, is like meeting other readers and getting to know you guys. So thanks so much to anyone who said hi. And it was so lovely to see Marissa Meyer again. I've probably met her like 4 or 5 times now, but like she remembered me from when we did our interview together, so that was really exciting. She's just so lovely and creative and such a sweetheart, so I really loved seeing her. I loved getting to hang out with Michael, who I also haven't seen in a while, and it was overall just a really worthwhile day. Okay, so I have not updated you guys at all today, but I have made some reading progress. I'm pretty tired and I wasted a whole ass hour on TikTok where I could have been reading. I just thought I'd give you a quick update that I am now on page 247. So I am like almost halfway done with this book already, which is very impressive. Number 1, the book has gone off in such a different direction than I was expecting. Like if you're someone who also likes to theorize about like the next book in a series coming out, like one of the things that I had expected to happen at the very end of the book, that would be like the climax, already happened like very early on in the beginning. So I've been very interested to see how that's going to play out, because it totally shifts my view of what I expected the story to be. Unlike the other 2 books in the Renegade series, I feel like with Supernova, I'm having to like suspend my disbelief a little bit more. There's just been a couple of situations where I read it and I'm like, there's been quite a few plot points already where I just like don't believe that things would go as easily as they did. So my phone decided to die while I was filming last night. But I'm at work right now and my manager was like, Emma, you always eat at your desk. Why don't you like go in one of the rooms and relax? And I was like, I'm not gonna say no. And I have actually read even more beyond what I started to update you about last night. So I feel like I have a lot to chat about. And so we'll just go through it while I eat my lunch today. So my last update started on page 247 and I'm now on page 310. I gotta be honest, it's not like the stellar 5-star conclusion I was expecting. It feels like abnormally convenient. I just feel like the way that things are working out isn't very realistic. Something I really liked like consistently throughout the whole series so far is the interactions between Nova and Captain Chromium. I feel like in each book there's at least like one scene between just the 2 of them, and I feel like there was even one with the Dread Warden at one point too. She's so well spoken and intelligent, and she just like doesn't back down when faced with 2 of the most powerful people in this society. Oh my gosh, and you know who is like the best character in this series? Max. I love Max Everhart so much. Not only is he adorable and super powerful, but he also is extremely clever. I honestly think he's one of the most level-headed characters in this entire book. And along with that, I just adore all of the scenes with him and Adrian. They just have the loveliest brother bond, and that's really wonderful to read about. Before I go back to reading though, one other thing that I've actually enjoyed about Supernova is that we've gotten more expansion on like the world and how Prodigy sort of came to have their superpowers. I always enjoyed learning the stories of how people came to have their powers, whether it was something that they were born with or they developed them later in life, because the world of Renegades has both. Also, as much as I like used to swoon over Adrian and Nova's relationship with like how cute and sweet they were together, now when I look at Adrian being so like polite and loving towards Nova, I just get sad because I'm like, dude, like she's lying to you. Like I know you actually have feelings, but he's eventually going to have to find out all of the lies that Nova's actually told. And I'm feeling very pessimistic about this ending. Like I just don't know how things are going to be reconciled at the end. Just got another huge chunk of reading done. I'm now on page 375 and I felt like it was a really good stopping point for tonight. Those last few chapters were probably my favorite of the book so far. It was just so action-packed and exhilarating, and so much happened. Like we just had like 2 or 3 character deaths, which is like a big deal. There were some changes in powers and some big reveals that, oh my god, I can't believe this part is like confirmed now. In my opinion, it was a really good scene, and then I will pick up sometime tomorrow and hopefully get some more reading done. So right now I have a nice long break in between work and poll, and I would love to spend that time just like relaxing and reading Supernova. But unfortunately, I have to do an additional chapter of reading for one of my classes that I skipped to go to the Supernova signing. So it was worth it, but I am paying for it now as I'd like to read the book. It's so fucking cold today. So I didn't get any more reading done last night after poll, and I had initially wanted to like wake up early today and start my day off reading Supernova, and what do you know, that just didn't happen. I feel like I look so ugly and tired right now, so I'm gonna put on my glasses to help distract you from that. You can see I was watching Whitney in the background. Shout out Whitney Novels. I have read more since the last update though. I'm on page 410. There isn't a lot that happened that like I need to update you on though. Honestly, I'm gonna like lose my mind if we don't have like an antidote that reduces the effects of Agent N, because like too many people have been neutralized, and I'm gonna be really disappointed if like at the end of this story they're just like changed forever. I'm definitely feeling a little bit better about the story after that like huge battle scene. It was just really intense. It was well choreographed. Like being able to really visually see a big fight scene is very important to me in science fiction and fantasy, and it was super well written. Right now I'd say I'd probably give it a rating of like 4.5 stars. I don't foresee it really making it to number 5 and being one of my like top favorites of the year, unless like the ending can blow me away. And as I've been getting like a lot of you guys tweeting me or like responding to my Instagram stories about how much you especially have been crushed by the epilogue, like I don't know, maybe I'll regret that last statement. Right now what I'm gonna do is, before I get ready to film some videos today or do some homework later, I am just going to make a nice cup of tea and get super cozy and read Supernova. Oh my god. Y'all, I can't. Good morning. It has been a hot minute since I last updated you guys. So yes, yesterday was Saturday and I worked all day and I didn't read anymore, but then immediately after work I had to drive my dad from New York all the way to where he lives in Delaware. Long story short, my uncle recently underwent some surgery and my dad came up to New York to help him out. But as my dad is disabled, public travel is really difficult for him, so I offered to just drive him back to Delaware and come home the next day. So since I have like 100 miles on the Jersey Turnpike and like 2.5 hours left, I figured this is the perfect time to give you guys a reading update. I'm still not blown away. It's still really, really good. It's very engaging and entertaining, but the story, I feel like, just isn't what I expected. I also kind of wanted this story to be bigger, and it feels like it's almost gotten a little bit smaller. Earlier in the book, the Renegades Council had mentioned that they were calling in renegades from like all over the country and even the world. And so I feel like this would have been a really great opportunity to introduce some new characters into the Renegade series. Like, I feel like it's always interesting when in the last installment you meet some amazing characters who really help out the main protagonist and you become equally as attached to them. But the story's almost over and we haven't met any new renegades yet, so I just feel like that was a missed opportunity. I really would have liked to see how superpowers have impacted the whole world as opposed to just Gatland City, because that's the only perspective we've ever gotten. And I just feel like there's so much potential for this to be like a massive world, and we're sticking with the same storyline. And obviously this is just like my personal opinion. I'm not saying that's the way the story had to be written. It's just like, I really would have liked to see that. And so the other pet peeve I'm encountering right now is I feel like we're at like the climax of the story right now. Like, shit is really about to change for these characters forever in the next few chapters. So it's like a really serious moment, and I guess Nova and Adrian just aren't reacting the way that I would expect them to. Like, this is a life or death situation. The people they care about most in the world are in immense danger, and they're just like being cute and making jokes, and I just feel like that's not consistent with the intensity that their characters have previously shown in like battle moments like this. I like seeing them being cutesy and flirty. I just don't think it's necessarily the most appropriate for this point in the story. I've been rambling for like 5 minutes on this topic and just not expressing what I want to say, but I think what I'm trying to get at is I just wish there was like a little bit more conflict between the characters. It feels a bit more watered down than the previous installments. A fun and interesting thing about my experience reading Supernova is that when I first started the series, I definitely sided a bit more with the Renegades, who were like all about order and control and proper justice. But as the series has gone on, with where we are in Supernova, I am like, fuck the Renegades. Like, they are so comically bad and disorganized, and like they should not be in power where they are right now. And I'm starting to side more with the anarchists. It is a great read, and I'm having so much fun being back in this world, but the story just isn't where I want it to be. So I have quite a bit of schoolwork to do when I get home today. I really got to finish that before class tomorrow. So hopefully I will be able to read at some point in the evening. I don't foresee myself finishing Supernova today, but it would be awesome if I could finish it on Monday. Guys, I'm in the middle of reading and I'm just upset. I feel like Ace Anarchy's character has just been assassinated. And I don't mean that like he's dead or was killed or anything like that. Maybe that was a bad choice of words. His characterization and his personality has gone through a really big shift in Supernova, and I'm not happy about it. I think one of my main problems with Supernova is I'm just like upset about the root of the characters. Like, I feel like it was very consistent for the first 2 books and there was so much growth and development. And I feel like there's just like changes or regression that's happening, and it's making me sad. I feel like I've said this a million times. I'm definitely at the biggest point in the story right now. There has been some like really good action scenes. So I think in the next few pages, like, this book is totally gonna change. You know, we as a society did not appreciate Snuggies enough because like it's so cold and I'm so warm snuggled up like this. but I can't read my book. I initially was not going to read before getting ready this morning, but I started reading while drinking my protein smoothie from the gym this morning. And I was like, I only have 30 pages left, let me just finish it. I'm currently on page 522, so I just have to get through this like little bit and then I'm done. Oh, thank God. Ugh. I was so afraid for a second that things went in a direction I was really gonna be unhappy about. Oh my goodness, that was a close one. Okay, so I made it to the epilogue, which I've been very excited to read based off of all of like the tweets and comments I've gotten about it, but oh my God, I'm almost done. No. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I see what y'all were saying. So, I just finished Supernova, and I definitely liked the last few chapters than like the previous point in the book. I am going to hop in the shower and get ready, and then later today I will give you all of my final thoughts. But wow, the epilogue was like way better than I was expecting. That was like the wildest twist at the end. I never could have anticipated it. I finished Supernova a couple of days ago. I've just allowed all of my thoughts to sink in. Honestly, I'm a little bit more disappointed with Supernova than I was expecting or hoping to be, but overall it was still a really enjoyable read. I think I'm settling on a rating of 4 out of 5 stars because I definitely am a little bit more critical and I just don't feel like it is as good as the previous 2 installments, but it was still entertaining. It had me gripped the whole time and a lot of amazing things happened. Like, I absolutely adored the last 10 pages of this book. Everything that happened was like exactly how the story should have been wrapped up. With the things I didn't like, firstly, I want to like make it clear that I feel a lot of the reasons why I'm sort of disappointed in Supernova is because I had like very clear, strong expectations of like what exactly I wanted to happen in the plot. That's not something I do a ton as a reader, but as Renegades is like one of my favorite series of all time, I got really invested and like I had strong predictions of what I wanted to happen and a lot of them didn't come true. So I feel like a lot of it is like a totally personal thing. I was kind of let down by some of the characters in this book. Like, I loved the direction of Max's character, and I gained a greater appreciation for Oscar and Ruby. I felt like Adrian and Nova's characters were just kind of watered down. Like, I just feel like they lost some complexity with this installment. It kind of feels like there was such a focus on plot and like what was going to happen in the active story that the characters weren't given as much attention as they were before. And like, that's something that I thought was really strong in both Renegades and Arch Enemies. And then you have people where like, I just don't know what happened to their characters. I feel like Leroy just had like a character snap and no explanation. Part of me really likes Phobia's storyline and like where things ended up, but part of me is also like, I just don't believe that this is realistic for this to be like where he actually comes from. And Ace Anarchy, I just don't know what happened. He was such an interesting antagonist for me because he had a real vision and he made it hard to disagree with him, but in Supernova, he became like any other YA villain, and I was just really disappointed because I thought his character had so much behind it. So I wasn't happy with his ending. I don't know, man. I feel like lately I've been like really building up my expectations for conclusions in a series and they just haven't been following through as much as I would like. So now that I've completed this series, I feel like my favorite ordering would be maybe Arch Enemies number 1, Renegades number 2, and Supernova number 3. I would love to know your ranking if you're a big fan of the series. Oh my god, the epilogue! I did not talk about the epilogue. Whew, oh my goodness. That epilogue was wild, man. I totally see what y'all were saying. Wow, just so unexpected, but the absolute perfect twist. Totally did not see that coming, and it was revealed in the most perfect way. I'm really, really satisfied with that, like, clincher at the end. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog, but as I have been like filming this and reading Supernova, I have loved the response from you guys with all of your tweets and Instagram DMs and comments asking me where my Supernova review is and wanting to know my thoughts on it. Like, I've just really enjoyed the hype that you guys have expressed for like hearing my thoughts on it. And I'm really happy. It feels like we're really all reading this book at the same time, and that makes me very, very pleased. In the comments below, if you finished Supernova, I of course want to hear your thoughts, or if you have started the Renegade series, if you want to, if you're not interested and somehow made it to the end of this video, like, props to you, but let me know. That is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon for a new one. Bye!